Guys, just got back from the lumberyard down in Hyannis with 250 bucks worth of white oak. This is about a foot wide by about 9 foot long. There's one knot under here, but that's on the short section anyway. See, there's some bark here, so we got some sapwood here, but it's good flat sawn stuff. See the grain structure. Should be good in wood, but not cheap. Here's the invoice. This is Premium Plywood and Specialties in Hyannis. This is $252.34 worth of white oak. So, if you guys want to be part of the project and you want to see me make more progress on frames, Patreon link is down below in the description. Alright, we're going to get this guy unloaded. Probably get some linseed oil painted on the end grain so it doesn't check. Alright, got some boiled linseed oil. Got a brush. Paint up the end grain. Got the end grain all sealed off. Linseed oil. It's going to be a fairly hot day tomorrow, so I don't want the end grain drying out and starting to check. Alright guys, so we had this plywood board at work. It's a 4x8 piece of sheathing. What's coming up is we're going to template the old frame. We'll be able to duplicate it for the port frame of the same bay. And I think what we're going to go with is laminated frames. We're going to do 7 1/4-inch laminations of white oak with the Total Boat high performance epoxy. And we'll make the template, run it along here, put nails in, spring a batten, and then we'll put blocks every few inches that we can clamp laminates to. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the steam box, and we're actually gonna steam the laminations and then clamp them to the template. It'll make it a lot easier for them to bend, so we'll clamp them to the template, let them take a set, and then we'll epoxy them, clamp them back together, and have a frame. Hopefully that works a hell of a lot better than the steam bending stuff. I was reading a manual on boat rebuilding from 1993, and even back then, the guy was recommending laminating white oak because finding good steam bending lumber is just not a thing. It's 2024, and well, all the big old straight grained old growth white oaks are long gone. So we can still get white oak, it's just not good for steam bending. So that's the plan. All right, guys, it is the 17th of August. So in the vein of doing laminated frames, I have picked through my stash O white oak I had from before and found these 5 pieces, which are already milled down to 7/4 frame size. Then these pieces, that's just an offcut, and so is this. So right now what I was planning on doing is going up into the boat, and I gotta go make up a frame. I'll take this, rip up some of this crap Luan plywood, rip it into probably 1-inch strips, point them at the end so I get points, hot glue those onto the frame inside of the hull, and then I'll get my template. All of our 1/4-inch strips that we cut out of this oak will go in the steam box where they'll turn into limp noodles, because 1/4-inch oak, doesn't matter how crappy the quality of the oak is, 1/4-inch oak is going to steam. And then the stack of them can be taken out, clamped onto the curvature of the frame mold, let stand overnight, let dry out, take a set, take it all apart, mix up epoxy it all together, clamp it back together, let it set, frame, pre-made, pre-molded, laminated frame. No more messing about trying to steam bend marginal quality oak. I have broken 5 pieces of wood that would have already made good lamination stock. So the rest of this wood, which is useless for steam bending, is lamination stock now. So, go up on the boat, and we'll try to make up that frame for the points. So something like this. I don't, strictly speaking, know what the hell I'm doing right now, but we're going to have pointy pieces of plywood that are going to go along here, and it'll basically take the curvature of the hull. I'll probably add another screw onto this thing, and we can just kind of dangle it here like this, secure it with a couple more screws, and then it'll just We'll hot glue the pointy sticks on here all the way down the curvature of the hull, and then we will have the arc and curvature of this frame from keel to stringer. And I think that'll work okay. And then tomorrow when I set up the table saw outside, we will rip laminations and we'll rip those Luan, quarter-inch Luan plywood point indicator things. And then can take the pattern of this frame and start working on our mold for the new laminated frame. What's up, guys? So let's rip some laminations. Alright guys, so this piece is 8/4 rough, so what I'm going to do is cut a 1/4 inch off, and then the side pieces can be battens, and then I'll mill it up as I'm doing with the other ones, so we'll do that. Blew the circuit breaker, be right back. This sucker draws a lot of amperage when she starts up. Good saw. Nice batten. I need better power supply in this place. What the hell? Well, I guess that's the side effect of a ballsy saw. Draws a lot of amperage. So I hooked the shop vac up to the outlet next to the washer and dryer. Different circuit. I got this one on this. It's the only thing drawing any major amperage from that circuit. Try that. All right, so I'm gonna mill the rest of these up and I'll catch you guys when I'm done. All right, we have 7 roughly 94-inch, 1/4 inch laminations. It's not all we got. Got 3 nice battens, and I've got another frame's worth, actually 8 pieces, but these are all like 89 inches. It's gotta be at least 91 inches to make that frame. I'd rather have about 93, 94, and that's what those are. Which kind of sucks because this stuff is better stock, but so be it. So I'll wrap these up, label them as 89. They're shorter frames, so these will be used. And then I didn't even bother ripping these 2 pieces because they're just too knotty and checked and whatnot. This one, it's got checking all throughout it. So if I rip this into 1/4 inch strips, it's just gonna fall apart. So I'd rather just keep that intact and use it for something else. Same with this. And then this stuff was all, this would have been 94, but there was punky rot going all the way through the pieces. So I just cut off the rotten spots, put them in the fire pit, and then we'll use this for something at some point. All right, so now I got to rip up some strip of Luan plywood, and to get my little points set up, I got glue sticks for the glue gun, so we'll go in there. I also need to get my bevel gauge so I can take a bevel, because I'm not going to be able to template above this plank, so I'll have to take a bevel off of here. I can cross-reference other frames in the neighborhood, and then once the template's out of the boat on the plywood, I can add points for that bevel. Now we'll spring a batten, draw the line, install our blocks, then we'll at some point get the steam box set up, steam all these, and hopefully that all works out. All right, got a whole bunch of little 6-inch points. Got a bunch of longer ones. Let's go aboard, start making the template. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to countersink the top and bottom of the templating frame and then run screws into the stringer and to the keel, just to anchor that in place while I'm gluing these. Hopefully we can get a different camera angle pretty soon here. All right, I think we should be all right here. Let's bring us a batten, shall we? All right. All right, I think we've got it. We've got a nice fair curve. So now, I just got to fabricate up some blocks that I can clamp to. I'm gonna bring up the steam box, set that up, get these steamed. Although I might do a test and see if I might just be able to do these without steaming, because that would make life a lot easier. Although I do feel like if I steam them, it's gonna relax the wood a little bit more, and they're more likely to not want to snap back in place and make that epoxy fail. But we'll see. All right, I'm gonna get some blocks cut up and I'll meet you back when I install them on the plywood. All right, awesome. All right, so you guys don't really need to see me countersinking these and screwing them down. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll catch up with you guys when that's done. All right, got all our blocks installed, got all our clamps laid out. Got boiler number 1 running, boiler number 2 running. Steam box set up. All our slats in there. Should not take too long for those to get turned into limp noodles in there. Even though we have 7 quarters worth of them, they're only a 1/4 inch thick, so they should permeate and steam very nicely. So hopefully we can get this steamed and set so that when I get home from work tomorrow, I can lay it up, epoxy it, and then by the next day, we'll have a frame. All right, so the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna start at this end. I put a block right here just to butt everything up against.
So do you want me to like stand in the middle and hold it bent against it?
Well, I'm thinking I'll just go along. But what I want you to do over here, if I need you to tap a piece of it, so we just I want to get it flush up against here.
So I might have to tap the very end.
Yeah. So just.
So
all right, that's on.
Ding 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 ding.
Yep.
Okay. I'm a little nervous.
Tap them. The ones towards this way, towards the house. Keep going, keep going.
All of them, or just the ones towards the house?
All right, good enough. Now come over here, hold this.
This right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get on there, you bastard. Clamps of antiquity here.
Really well.
These are a lot of clamps.
No boat right worth his salt doesn't have a crap load of clamps on you.
Well, you do have a crap load of clamps.
I need more. Just label them 1 through 7. Okay, well, Sharina.
Great success, Richard!
Hell yeah. All right, guys, success. All right, so this is half the job. We've got these all steamed into place, clamped down, and tomorrow, when I get home from work, we'll be ready to lay up and start epoxying. These will be dry, having taken a set, and yeah, that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, August 20th, 24. And now it's time to take the clamps off, see how well the wood took a set. And we've got silica thickener, and we've got high performance total boat epoxy. And let's make a frame. All right, let's get these clamps off, shall we? See what we're working with. All right, there's our laminate stack. Looks pretty good. All right, I've got wax paper and I've got packing tape. So the book I have that was published in '93 that recommends laminating frames recommends wax paper. I've had good luck with using packing tape to keep epoxy from sticking, but maybe I'll do a bit of a hybrid. Wax paper down and then packing tape to keep it down. Oh, we'll see. So I was going to say, I'm no stranger to epoxy, but giant glue-ups like this are not something that I'm terribly familiar with. Seen it done on video and read about it, but as with most things with boat right work, It's not rocket surgery. Alright, I think that's probably good. So, I've got this container of thickener, and I think I'm just going to start pumping epoxy into here. These are rough sawn off the table saw, so I think they'll be fine to just stick together. I don't really feel any moisture or anything. I think this will be fine. Alright, so we'll get to it, shall we? Alright, so I've got these in order, and so what I'll do is I'll mix up the epoxy, slather the inside face of this one, put it in position here, and then just keep stacking them up. If that's the angle, then I think I should probably put down some more wax paper up here. All right.
Bad nose.
Please don't pick any more tomatoes. We can play with the ones you have though.
Hi, guys.
All right, clamps. Get those small ones first. The small red ones, red and black ones.
Oh, I was supposed to put some tape on these guys too.
That's fine, just do it. Clamp them.
Okay.
Just try not to get epoxy on the bar or the threads. All right, can you hand me...
These need to be tamped down at all.
What do we got? Two more?
Here, one here. Put one here too. Lamps of antiquity. This pipe clamp is not the right tool for the job. So we got a pretty good squeeze out. All right,
right, well, that's that. Hopefully we didn't screw up how many pumps of hardener and resin there are. And hopefully by tomorrow morning, when I wake up, this will be set up. And by tomorrow afternoon, we'll be ready to test fit it in the boat. All right. Nice and tacky. Awesome. Next time you guys see this, we'll be taking it off the form, test fitting it in its rightful place in the boat. All right. See you then. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed. It's nice to finally be able to have a process down to get these frames done and not have to worry about breaking them while I'm attempting to bend. So, stay tuned for the next episode where you'll see me take that frame off the mold and get it prepped up and ultimately get it installed in the boat, as you see here. Got it bolted up top to the beam shelf and the stringer. Riveted all the way down. That was a process, but it was fun. So stay tuned for that, and you probably see a little bit of progress on preparing the opposite side frame bay for a new frame. So if you guys enjoy this content and you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell next to it if you want to get notified every time I post new content. If you'd like to support the channel monetarily, there's a Patreon link down below. For as little as $5 a month, you can help support this project, help buy materials, help support the digital aspect of it, video editing software, subscriptions, all that good stuff. It's really appreciated. If you like working on boats or just need epoxy or marine paint or whatever, TotalBoat.com has excellent quality products. I'm an affiliate of theirs, so if you shop through the affiliate link below, that'll save you 5%. The channel gets a little kickback. So it's win-win for everyone. Other than that, guys, I got to get to work on this boat, and I will catch you next time. All right, take care.